So, welcome to part 3, everyone. We're going pretty good here. In this part, we're going to be installing the motherboard in the case, unboxing the power supply, I believe. I can't remember what I planned. But just for this first bit, we're going to be taking off this NZXT fan. Screwed down really tight. Because, as you saw from my parts overview in part 1, I will be putting in... Man, that's tight. Other fans. There we go, finally. So this is actually quite a nice fan. If they did include LED ones on the top as well, then I'd probably use them. I think they're a little on the noisy side, but I wanted to replace them anyway with slightly more efficient fans. I think it's brilliant that they include all these fans in the case. It's absolutely fantastic. So there is an NZXT 140mm fan. One good thing about these is if you had a UV lighting scheme in your case, then I guess these would glow really nicely. So that's always an option. UV is super nice. It's a little bit less on the glary side and a little bit less extreme side than all these LEDs and cathodes and everything. But anyway, what I'm going to do now is pause the camera and do a little bit of boring stuff off camera. I'm just going to move the cables out of the way so we can install the motherboard tray, and I'll lie down the case and sort out a good angle. So here's another look at the inside of the case. I've taken the other panel off this time. We have all of our connections going through here now. I've pulled them all out the back. There is a ton of them due to the fan controller as well. In this case you get a little 2.5-inch hard drive or SSD adapter, which is really nice, and that comes with a couple of rails attached to it. Here you have some more drive rails. You get quite a few. They're really nice as well because they're rubber insulated to stop vibration noise on the case. Just nice little features like that on a consumer level case that make it all worth it. Here you can see thumb screws. I believe the optical drive screws in with thumb screws. Various different screws here. All the bags are labelled more thumb screws, motherboard standoffs, and a little instruction booklet. Nicely done. So I'm just going to put the standoffs in the case now. That's a boring part that you don't need to see, and then I'll mount you on the tripod ready to see the motherboard installation. And I need to put the I/O shield in the back. Can't forget that. Okay, so all the standoffs are in, and the I/O shield is in, and we have the 8-pin CPU extension cable just poking out of this hole here. It feels lower than the standoffs, which is good. So I'm leaving that there because there's no way it's going past underneath the motherboard when it's in. So it's better to do it now and struggle a little bit. So I'm going to pop you on the tripod. I might have to speed this up a little bit because I'm not going to be talking. I'm going to be trying to do that and hold that wire at the same time. The audio connection should go through. So that back fan was really getting in my way, so I just took it off to avoid stress. We're going to pop the board in now. So, as you can see, the motherboard is successfully in and looking very cool, I have to admit. I did get the 8-pin through the retention hole, which is awesome, and you can see it's plugged in down there. And back here you can see that all the cables flattened out coming out of there. And I can keep it flat down here and plug it into the power supply. Keep it down with zip ties and everything. That should be not a problem. That's really cool. So now to continue with the build, I'm going to unbox the power supply and fit that. So here is the unboxing of the power supply. Let me just move this up a bit. God, this tripod is bad. Anyway, the Cooler Master, Silent Pro M 700 watt, really nice power supply. Let's get into it. And here we have it. So what's the frame like? Not too bad. Let me just move you a little bit closer. Okay. So first off we have these noise dampening rubber pads that I was on about. They look really cool. Nice and flexible. Pop them on the PSU. That'll be good. Little Cooler Master membership card thingy that you get with all of it. Manual. Taking out this then, you can see that we have the power cable for it. Like I said, the European version. Here we have all of the modular leads. They're really nice and flat, like I was saying. So it's great for going behind the motherboard tray. That's all of the leads in there, nice and wrapped up. The 8-pin and 24-pin are hardwired to the PSU. Here we have mounting screws. Okay, and here we have the PSU itself. Let's throw away the box down there and take a look at this power supply. It is looking really nice. Wow, that is a nice power supply. Really, really nice. 700 watt Silent Pro. That is so nice. You can see all the modular connections there. 80 plus bronze written right on the back, and the main connections right there. So let's move down to the case and install this absolute beast of a power supply. So hopefully that's a good angle for you guys. I'm going to start off by popping on these little pads that it comes with. Little surrounds. I guess they just literally sort of flop onto the edges. Oh, it's collecting dust already. There we go. That's one, I believe. It'll stay there once it's screwed in, more than likely. And then the other one, we know which way the other one goes because it's got the cutouts for the connections. Let's try and get this clipped on there nicely. Ah, it's got little holes for it to go in to keep it there. Ah, I see. I can feel them popping in now. There you go. It actually pops into place. There you go, so that's that side. Let's do the same with the other side. I can see the little holes on here now. Of course, that makes sense. There you go, it's just a very slight popping noise. Very nice. So, let's start off by threading these cables through these grommets over here. I'm going to go through the back one. And boy, it doesn't like these big connections, does it? There we go. That's the main cabling through. We'll sort out that hole in a minute. Doesn't like those, but oh, I need to shove this through as well. Oh dear. So that's that sorted. This grommet is now mangled. There we go. Now, wow, that looks nice. That looks really nice. Wow, very cool. I like it. Wicked, that looks awesome. And there's a nice hole down there to bring things up. Might bring the audio through there. Behind the graphics card maybe. Who knows? Anyway, that's for another part. Let's screw this guy in. So as you can see, the power supply is in. All 4 screws are in at the back. Went in really easily, got the rubber pad here. Everything is going through the grommeted hole at the back. Grommeted hole's a bit mangled, but that can be expected. Squeezing all this into it. And then if we go around the back, the placements for the zip ties are perfect for the cable management that I want to do, because I'm going to bring both of these cables up next to each other, up here, going around here, up here, this one getting plugged in, the extension for the 24 pin over here, underneath this one because they're really thin cables, and going through this grommet here. So it's hard to explain, but yeah, I'm going to give that a go now and let's see how it goes, because I just want to get the main power for this motherboard and CPU. I'm only focusing on the 24 pin and the 8 pin, ignore all this stuff over here. I'll cross the bridge of doing the other cables when I actually meet them. I've got spare zip tie. I've got another hole there, so I can bring the other power cables up here. They're nice and flat, so I can probably get a couple of them on top of each other. Wouldn't mind running the flat PCIe connection through there. I'm not too sure, but anyway, worry about that later. At the moment I'm worrying about these. I'm not worrying, just sorting them out. Getting them as flat as possible. These are as tight as possible. I've got it there, and curving around there. And I'm going to work on making it all as flat as possible up here to join this, and to join this into these and this. Because there aren't any metal zip tie mounts around here, I will be creative and use some of the cable management stuff that I've got from there. But yeah, this is going really nicely, and I'm really enjoying myself. And if you have a quick look at the other side, the motherboard tray is looking really nice with the blue cables on it. I'm not, you know, I don't want to really hide cables or anything. If they're nice looking cables like these, it's nice to show them, but yeah, that's one of the main reasons why I bought them. But I'm glad I bought them, because these cables wouldn't have reached otherwise. So what do you guys think of that? That is my hours worth of cable management. All this white stuff up here is where I tried it before. I had the 8 pin coming around here, curving down, coming all the way up the side here and going really nice up to there. But I can't have any cables there because of this little, I don't know, it's where you drag the side panel off, put your hand into it, whatever it's called. So I couldn't run any cables there. But as you can see, I have done an okay job of, I've zip tied it there to the case, there to the case, and there to the case. So I don't know if I was getting that in. Then I've brought the 24 pin around, used one of my cable management grommet thingies there, and plugged it into the extension here, zip tied that to the case just to keep it from bulging out, which is good. Then I'm coming up here, used another one of them things, and I'm going straight in there for the motherboard. Then the 8 pin is coming up next to the 24 pin. Before it gets to this attachment, you can see it branches off. It comes up, attaches, round, attaches, round again. Could do with an attachment there maybe, but I won't, because the case bulges out here and it won't do it any favours. Coming back up here, connection there attached to the case, little twist tie here because I ran out of big zip ties. Going up there, attached there and through there. Now then, I hope the side panel will go on. Let me see. So I tried the side panel, it does kind of go on. Bulges a little bit, but nothing too major. And at the end of the day, guys, if the worst comes to the worst, I could just leave it off. I don't think I will, but do you know what I'm saying? This is for functionality mainly. But as you can see from the front, just a tiny little view of the cables there. You've got the 24 pin here, which looks really nice, and the 8 pin coming down there. So all in all, it looks marvellous. And I'm pleased with my morning's work. It is 1:15. I started this at about 10:15 maybe, and I've been taking it steady. My room is an absolute tip. So what I'm going to do now is import some footage and create the first few parts. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next part.